We're finally seeing signs of life at the once vacant site of a green car company started by Virginia's Democratic nominee for governor. In May, NBC12 took an in-depth look at GreenTech and Terry McAuliffe's involvement in the company in Northwest Mississippi. Well, for the first time, we get a look inside this private company, but that visit was only granted after we were approached by a former employee who saw our initial report and told us he was concerned that the startup venture was not headed in the right direction. In July of 2012, the picture of GreenTech Automotive was a car company on the verge of revolutionizing the industry.
But now we start full factory production, and at full capacity we can make about a car an hour.
But according to a worker who was there, those lofty goals were nowhere near reality.
We were worried, scared. A lot of us were scared for our jobs.
This worker asked us to protect his identity. He describes himself as a happy employee who never missed a paycheck. But he was constantly worried that what the company was telling the public wasn't actually happening inside.
We were told, when we first went in the fall of 11, we were going to build 100 by Christmas. Well, that didn't happen. Then we were told we were going to build X amount through the year of 2012, and that didn't happen.
It is a culture of uncertainty that his former employers forcefully reject.
This is a real company. It's a building company. We have set very aggressive goals for ourselves, but we will need anyone's arbitrary deadline for us.
Spokesperson Marianne McInerney took us on a ride on one of the GreenTech prototypes, a 5-seat sedan that runs on no gas. She says GreenTech is selling cars all over the world.
We have distribution agreements that account for 30,000 vehicles over the next 3 years. That's pretty significant.
But what she can't provide are specific numbers on actual cars that have been produced. The former employee told us that in his more than a year and a half on the line, maybe 30 cars were built, and most of them never left the building.
They would take everybody and put them out on the line, and we would stand over the car with tools in our hand and look like we're doing something to the car, but we wasn't doing anything.
The worker claims the company had them put on a show for what he believed to be foreign investors. According to McInerney, he simply misunderstood the training process of a complex and new technology.
There's what we would call a trading build.
McInerney said the repetitive construction of the cars was for workers to learn, not to impress anyone. She claims no investor has toured the facility in Mississippi since that big kickoff in 2012.
I started worrying about my future mid-part of 2012.
The worker tells us he left the company on his own accord because he was concerned about the lack of progress. It's a concern McInerney believes was unfounded, as the future of the company, she promises, remains vibrant. And we have much more on GreenTech and its role in the race for governor up right now on our political blog, DecisionVirginia.com.